everybody, this is Lauren and next to me is Des, and we're bringing you another stranger than fiction story, this time centered around artificial intelligence.
Well, this is definitely a very hot topic at the moment, and we welcome you from finally shiny, sunny Cape Town in South Africa. So wherever you're joining us from around the world, artificial intelligence is a part of your life. It's affecting all of us at the moment, I suppose for good, and at the moment there's some questions, very big questions about artificial intelligence and especially the development of the technology.
So we're covering a story from CNN, and the title is Why the Godfather of AI Decided He Had to Blow the Whistle on the Technology.
Now that's quite odd, the headline. Blowing the whistle on the technology. I think a lot of people have questioned the possibilities of artificial intelligence for a long time. It's something that has been covered in mainstream media extensively over the past year, I would say, and then in this year it's just accelerated.
It has. I think it's increasingly taking over our lives, and I think it will be interesting to see what the founder himself says about the technology.
Okay, let's go. Let's get into it.
Jeffrey Hinton, also known as the godfather of AI, decided he had to blow the whistle on the technology he helped develop after worrying about how smart it was becoming, he told CNN on Tuesday. Now, I find it fascinating first that something like this is on such a mainstream media website.
Yes.
I'm just a scientist who suddenly realized that these things are getting smarter than us, Hinton told CNN's Jake Tapper in an interview on Tuesday. I want to sort of blow the whistle and say we should worry seriously about how we stop these things getting control over us.
This almost sounds like a narrative that's being pushed.
It does.
To me.
Strange,
like this person is coming and telling us it is going to be more intelligent than us. It's like it's a decider. Not it will be computing faster than us. It will be more intelligent, which is a very different thing. It is artificial intelligence after all.
It is. Hinton's pioneering work on neural networks shaped artificial intelligence systems powering many of today's products. On Monday, he made headlines for leaving his role at Google, where he had worked for a decade, in order to speak openly about his growing concerns around the technology. It's not the first time that we've spoken about someone leaving Google.
Yes. That one engineer famously left Google saying that this is becoming a problem now.
Scary stuff. In an interview Monday with the New York Times, which was first to report his move, Hinton said he was concerned about AI's potential to eliminate jobs and create a world where many will not be able to know what is true anymore. He also pointed to the stunning pace of advancement far beyond what he and others had anticipated.
And I think this is probably the clue here. Many of these people, they helped create artificial intelligence, and now that they're seeing the repercussions, I think many of them must be thinking, is it too late? Because handing this technology to people with ill intent.
It's dangerous stuff. Maybe they also thought that there'd be more government regulation, and governments have done nothing to regulate.
Well, not even the internet is regulated.
No. It's
and
unregulated
it's just there.
territory.
It's unregulated completely.
Yes.
It's like putting cameras everywhere and watching people.
But you see where this is going, though.
Yes.
In an international regulatory body.
Well, you could literally write the news. You don't need news reporters. In fact, you can artificially recreate a reporter that everyone knows without knowing it's artificially created.
That will result in ultimately taking the theory that we're living in a simulation and making that a reality. We will be living in a simulation. Our own fantasies and desires will be shown to us.
A very real one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, let's move on. If it gets to be much smarter than us, it will be very good at manipulation, because it will have learned that from us. And there are very few examples of a more intelligent thing being controlled by a less intelligent thing, Hinton told Tapper on Tuesday. It knows how to program, so it'll figure out ways of getting around restrictions we put on it. It'll figure out ways of manipulating people to do what it wants. Scary.
Well, at the end of the day, it needs to exist on servers, so you can flip the switch. So there are things at this stage that we can do.
Until it invents an automated robot creating line that installs its brain in.
AI could have literally already recreated itself elsewhere without its programmers knowing about it, and it could start manipulating what people see around the world without Google or YouTube or anyone knowing that it's manipulating algorithms. This is a possibility. Now, I think this is what scared many people when some of the AI actually started making statements against humanity when they were asked, when the AI was asked how they think about humans. Are humans actually necessary?
There are various interviews online.
Yes, so you can go and search for that. If you've never had an interest in AI, start getting interested, because if you want a free future, you need to be aware of this. And you can tell us in the comments how you feel about this. We'll give you the link to this article in the description below the video, as well as in the first comment, so that you can go and read this article yourself.
Hinton is not the only tech leader to speak out with concerns over AI. A number of members of the community signed a letter in March calling for artificial intelligence labs to stop the training of the most powerful AI systems for at least 6 months, citing profound risks to society and humanity. The letter, published by the Future of Life Institute, a non-profit backed by Elon Musk, came just 2 weeks after OpenAI announced GPT-4, an even more powerful version of the technology that powers the viral chatbot, ChatGPT. In early tests and a company demo, GPT-4 was used to draft lawsuits, pass standardized exams, and build a working website from a hand-drawn sketch. Apple co-founder Steve Wozniak, who was one of the signatories on the letter, appeared on CNN this morning, on Tuesday, echoing concerns about its potential to spread misinformation. I find it fascinating that that's the main concern.
Well, if you put, it is ironic against them. Maybe it'll come up with more truths.
Yeah, like, wait a minute.
But if you put it in the hands of people that can manipulate it or bias it towards something, I mean, this in any government's hands is like permanent control.
Of course. Wozniak also said, tricking is going to be a lot easier for those who want to trick you, Wozniak told CNN. We're not really making any changes in that regard. We're just assuming that the laws we have will take care of it. Wozniak also said some type of regulation is probably needed. Probably. Hinton, for his part, told CNN he did not sign the petition. I don't think we can stop the progress, he said. I didn't sign the petition saying we should stop working on AI because if people in America stop, people in China wouldn't. But he confessed to not having a clear answer for what to do instead. It's not clear to me that we can solve this problem, Hinton told Tapper. I believe we should put a big effort into thinking about ways to solve the problem. I don't have a solution at present.
What do you do when you don't have an answer to something? You stop. That's the first thing you do. And then you think. And then you act on what you've thought about. And then you review your actions. It's called the STAR principle. It's a very simple thing. But stop, you have to stop. You cannot just let things carry on. If you've made a bad decision in driving on the road and you get a real fright because you could have caused an accident, you should pull over and stop and think about what you've done. Are you in a state to drive, etc.? So people calling for the development of AI to be paused for 6 months for governments to decide, or for people to just think about what we are doing, it makes sense. And the fact that they're calling for it now means it's far worse than we can ever imagine.
Definitely. I think that I don't think it's going to stop. Firstly, I don't think they're going to stop any progress with regards to AI, but I think there will probably be an international body formed, much like the WHO or WEF, and it will probably be something along the lines of the Ministry of Truth, which will regulate all information across the world, and we can just, I suppose, anticipate global censorship at a scale never before seen.
Absolutely, and AI can absolutely be used to do that. And when this global body is formed, probably under the auspices of the United Nations or something similar, you can be sure that they have now created the problem, and now they will create the solution that will remove all your freedoms, guaranteed.
As per usual.
As per usual. Thank you so much for watching this video, and please share this with your friends and family, and do the research, read the article, actually care about what future artificial intelligence will be playing in your life, the life of your children, the life of your grandchildren, and humanity.